I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA Review. Today is August 28th, Wednesday 2024. Hope you had a good day today. So yesterday, we discussed obviously up and down options. Now, if someone's saying, okay, you're calling both sides of the market, how is that even right? How am I supposed to follow what you're saying? Blah blah blah. You listen. You have to have two plans, one for up and one for down. And just so you understand, even though we don't go up, I have a plan for going down. So you have to make sure you understand that flexibility. I'm not going to sit here and be, just completely blind to a sentiment out here where everyone's saying, oh, it should be coming down and blah 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 and all. It's like the world's going to end tomorrow, blah blah blah. It's like relax, like understand that concept, right? So that being said, what happened? We ended up not taking out that previous day high. So we did all that by London, and that showed when the price came down. Today was actually carbon copy to Monday. Like, go take a look at Monday and then take a look at today. Very similar, right? So with that understanding, and we don't take out the previous day high, that's what sets up literally everything. So weekday, they can't even hit this gap right here. We're stuck in this bearish imbalances here. Let me go to this screen here. You'll see, and I know we got earnings coming out, so I'll show you in a second. But what's it called? Right here, you can see. Let me do it this way. So you can see here that when this manipulation here, so we got the accumulation. If I was to do it this way, let me just highlight it. This is from the 6 p.m. to 2 p.m. That's 8 hours. All right. That's there's your accumulation. All right, and then it starts going up, and then next 8 hours. This is all your manipulation. All right. 8 hours would be to 10 o'clock. Right there. All right. We're just gonna change this. Just do it real quick. Let's just say green. Let's just say blue, not blue. Fucking red. It's fine. And then your distribution is now this. All right. You see that? So just like Monday. Okay? Very clear. So we get the accumulation up and then manipulation up right here. Accumulation in general speaking, up or down, whatever the direction is really going. Manipulation is the direction of the fake swing. If it's a bearish day, then it's going up, and then but at this point you don't know if this is the manipulation yet, because why? We don't take out that previous day high. So then we seek down and we break that low. Now I'm going to delete this real quick just so you can see this. Oh my God, come on. All right, so we break that low. When we break that low, that's a shift in structure. Number one. Number two, I also said yesterday that would we take these lows out first and then shoot up? That did happen. We shot those lows, and just to show you, I was at the gym and I was like, just happened to be at the right place, the right time, looking at the phone, took those lows. I got a second drive down, and then it went up. So I was already in this trade since yesterday, and where I dropped the ball, I put my so I went to sleep, obviously, and I put my my limit order to get out right on the daily high of the high of yesterday, and it didn't even hit it. I missed it, man. I missed it. I missed it. Couldn't believe it, dude. And I woke up and I was down here, and I was like, oh fuck. And at this point, I know we're coming down. Why? Well, because not only did I shift structure, and not only did we miss it, and you're thinking of this like in a common sense, you're like, well, look at all those equal highs and all this liquidity. We're gonna rush that. Yes and no. When we have opportunities to come down here, and I said it very clear yesterday that this was very suspect. They didn't come down and get into a nice area of this imbalance to more balanced price, and all they did was tap. So what they did was they created liquidity. I don't look at this as support, even though it could be. I'm still looking at this as liquidity. But at the same time, I didn't get my confirmation above. So anyways, I took the screenshot here because, I want to make sure everyone believes me, to be honest. But I was already in the trade. So once we take out this liquidity, I get out of the trade because we got the opening gap here. This is just a fake move. Everything I just explained accumulate because I don't know what Asia and I don't know what London's going to do, right? So Asia, London, fake move up, and then we break structure and we break another low. See this low right here? So we already have this low right there. Like we have this low in place. I've already got flow. I've already got lower low, lower high, lower low. Yes, this comes up, but this is a liquidity raid. I don't look at this as shifting as structure. And I'll show you in a second more. But here's the midnight level. Everything above that is to sell. And if you're coming down to wipe out liquidity, then we're going to come back in here and so on. So just so you see that, I'll show you the next trade. But I didn't even want to show you these trades. The only reason why I'm doing this is because someone sitting there saying, well, hey, dude, you call both sides of the market. Like, yeah, so what? I can do that because I know what it looks like going both ways, right? That being said, you'll see here real quick, we get that low that I talked about right there, and then we push up. 930 comes up, then we get this nice inversion imbalance right here. We got one right here on 921. Let me kind of open this up. I'm trying to make this quicker before this news comes out. This 921 candle. So we use it as an imbalance and it pops up, right? So I take the screenshot literally right here. Guess what? What happens? Then the price reverses. So this is now distribution kicking in. Generally speaking, the 10 o'clock, but we'll just say it from here because we have lower low and lower high already structure. When I made the video on Monday, go watch it so you can see. It's the carbon copy. I'm saying the same thing. Even if you were buying here and it broke through, this is an alarming saying, hey, yo, this is the order flow. We have order flow. It's coming down and and this is the direction. Go watch Monday's video. I can't say anything else. But anyways, so what do? We push up, fake move. We come down. We sealed the opening range gap, right? And we have that gap, which is today's gap. It's very small. You can see it right there. And then we have the midnight level, and we have this gap that we've been talking about. I've been mentioning this all week now, that this is a very strong gap because of the daily gap inside of that. And we've been drawing to it. And what do? We come below it, and now we're using it as resistance. So we push up right here, and you can see that we have this inversion imbalance right here. And then what does it do? It pushes up to that imbalance. Look at that imbalance right there. You can see we have between the 934 and the 935, we tag right into it, which is also the low, which is of the opening range gap, which is the open of today, which is 930 level. So beautiful level. Look at that. Once I see that and it rejects and it's coming below here, I'm in. I get into the trade. I'm already holding it for all the way down here. Why? Because if you do the projection, again, we have not taken out those highs. So what do? You project this down to over here. I take it to a 2.5, and was it 2.5 or 2? I forgot. But I'm taking it down here. Why? So getting into this more before I get there, you could also use this gap right here, this 815. You could see here that you could have used that as well, right? So me personally used this right here, this 921. So this for me made a lot more sense because this was support using the imbalance to buy. It sure did, but then it breaks below it, and now we're attacking it. But this extra wick is just to come and mitigate that area right here, right? So that being the case, what do? We drop down. We get this. Actually, by this point, let me just go to the trade. I'm only doing this because I want you to be able to see this. All right. So for the people that are saying, "Oh, well, you called the top side only," and it's like this is the reason why people like us don't want to do these videos, don't want to show our trades and all that, because not only the pressure of trying to always be right for you, but then also to show that we are actually trading, and then also to relay that we're not wrong, and it's like I'm doing things that I shouldn't even be doing, and it just like all these different things that are involved, and I completely get it, and that's why I want to do it this way by showing you the day and fuck the trade, because I mean honestly, for my health, my trading health, I should call it, this is what's better. And it's a constant I see across the board of all gurus. They're constantly talking about um, um, trying to show that they're right, or you know what? This thing's popping up now. Let me go in here real quick, see what this thing does real quick. Um, yeah, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're like they all struggle from the ego of like, see I'm right. Like take a look at me, give me the validation. Ha ha ha! It never ends. It's like, and I don't want to go down that road. I'm already in that road, but I don't want to be like I'm telling you, man. It's not healthy. It's really not. I don't care if like how long you've been trading. It's just it sucks. It does. It does. It really does. And this is not a game. This is not something to be played with. I don't need to be having my mind altered and all that stuff. Actually, I think it's at 421 the release. So we'll probably see it on the 15-minute here while I'm explaining this. Fine. So anyways, to go back to here. So what do? We get this candle here, this 940 push up right here. These two candles, I'm sorry. And then we break down. All right. And I'm still holding the trade. Oh, actually, here we go. Here comes the show. Nope, popped right back up. Wiped all their asses out. Wiped all their asses out. Just gonna watch this for a second here. Obviously, I want to see if they're really pushing it up or they're gonna really push it down. That looks like it's. This is good for like a 15-second. Tagging that low again of Tuesday. Obviously, that was very key. I'm telling you, very, very, very similar to Monday. um, and what did Monday do? Well, we created a speaker and then we popped up. So I'm assuming that they're gonna probably want to clear them only because everybody's kind of been positioning themselves possibly. And there we go. If you watch Monday's video, it'll make sense. But when we were coming up and down, creating these lows and highs, created a speaker. So the origin here, down, up. See if I put a speaker, if I put phantom trend lines right there, you see it, right? So we've actually already done that, which I'll show you in a second. I'm not trying to make this video longer. I just wanted to watch this. Definitely makes sense to keep going up. I mean, their earnings were better than their estimate. So let me take a look at. Well, they're already closed. So This is aftermarket. Why is it still going though? Oh, I have it on regular trading. Yeah, why would it still be going? Huh. I have no idea. Oh, pretty neutral. Pretty neutral. If you want to fast forward this, you can. You don't have to watch this. I just want to see what they do here. Yeah, I almost hit that 50% of that daily imbalance perfectly. Does this hold that support? Not the move I expected. Wait till I tell you about this gap too. Coming right to that gap here. I have a previous gap, weekly gap. Went right through that to the liquidity here that we made here at the 1 o'clock. I'm sorry, the 2 o'clock. And not a good sign. Yeah, I was surprised this was still even on. Um, yeah, that's not good for the market right there. That doesn't look good. So anything now below here, now I'm going with the protocol of us being bearish. Before I didn't have enough. It wasn't enough for me to. Damn, look at that. Yep, coming to this next gap right here. You can see that I already have it outlined. And we also have this liquidity here. See this liquidity here? I'm going to draw it out. This is probably what they're hunting as well. I'm just going to do that just so you can see that. Very obvious, you can see that, right? So, yeah, not what I expected for sure. But at the same time, with the sentiment being bearish and all these things, and okay, yeah, okay, it was right. In general speaking, it's possibly right. So it's like whatever. I'm not going to be married to something. I'm not going to let everybody, change my flow of the way I do things, and I don't really want to know what other people are thinking or doing because that's what's key in this game is the influence is very easy when you listen to people. I mean, I'm not saying that even professionals don't get swayed. I'm sure they do, but like pretty sure that in a sense of I don't need to watch people because I don't want them to sway me, and I'm not saying they would sway me, but I'm human. I mean, it's just very simple. Okay, we'll get a nice response back, but this is so coming to this daily imbalance was also fine because of the fact that it was an inefficiency and could we be using the support of this candle I was mentioning. Now we just came to about 50% of it. So anything lower than here, then I'm really bearish, right? But could they have digged in here? Yes. Okay, cool. Can they still come all the way up? Yeah, absolutely. The market can still shoot all the way up because this is fine. This was a push up. This is a retrace back. I mean, this is not like crazy price action here. There's nothing like to be. This is not like taboo or anything. It's like it's no big deal. But that reaction is nice. As you can see, it's coming all the way back up, right? But you would need to see these highs get broken through and structure come this way and slither back that way for me to be back to bullish. because right now my sentiment, I have shifted to bearish with this because of coming underneath 50%. But it's not, again, it's still neutral for me at the same time because it's not bad. It's still respecting at the same time the whole daily imbalance and the 50% level with the bodies. If you take a look here on the 4 hour, well, that just significantly changed, but does it hold that level here? It's still early to kind of tell, but I didn't want to see it come below this gap right here. So that being the case, let me stop looking at this and let me go back to the lesson because I wanted to talk about this. It wasn't much more to do, but I just wanted to take a look at this. So this this gap and this gap are probably next if we're coming down for sure. But um yeah, that low, they're using that as a nice resistance, man. I mean, it's it's pretty clear that it's holding. Unless this is that lower low and then we shoot up and make a lower high like I was mentioning yesterday as an option. Yesterday I said, well, this is the lower low, and then was this going to be the lower high to then come back down? That's exactly what we did. So I outlined two exact options, but we never took that previous day high. We never took that out. So anyways, let me go back to here. You'll see that when this is happening here, this is a 5 minute imbalance right here, dragged out. Price is coming down. You're looking at this as three drives. Nope, we're too high. This is too high with an objective down here. You're not looking at this to buy. You're looking at this as we just broke here, lower low and a lower high. So lower low and a lower high. This is the lower high. So where does the lower high come to? Well, we had this imbalance there, and we had this imbalance there, which I can go to. Yeah, it's coming down. Let me see that again. Yeah. Oh, this is a 15-second. All right, so real quick. All right, so real quick here, you can see this is on a 5 minute. It's actually probably cleaner just to use the 5 minute. So this 5 minute, this candle right here, this 945. So when we break down here and then this next candle opens up, which is this 940, this shoots all the way up. That's how we got into there. And then it's a completely, look at the way that closes. So that right there is showing you, we're heavy to the downside. So we get this next candle here, this 945, we get this imbalance, we get these three drives that you think it is, we push up, we're pretty much respecting that gap, but we pop right in just for the people who are trying to get in right there, like at the last second. Let me go to 1 minute now so you can see that. And pretty much right there, like the guy who pushed sell here, like that's how they pop up right here, right? So two candles up, nice supply blocks right there, beautiful, pops right in. We have this candle here, which is going to be the 10 o'clock. Now this is the distribution starts here. This is the open of the 4 hour candle. Obviously it pops up because this is the wick of anything lower than here is the body of it. And we respect that and we tag that. Very, very simple. And then as you see here, I drag it out even longer to watch this play out because I want to see it respect. And how do you use this inversion imbalances and so on. So for example, this 10 o'clock, we push down. You think it's a selling candle. Look how much time it spends in there. Not good. So you're not using that. And then it pops up. And when we pop up, we get an imbalance right there. And we dig in it and we buy from it. Okay, so this is the lower low. This is the lower high, right? Because we've already got that flow here. Lower low, and lower low, lower high, lower low. Comes down, lower high. All right, so then when we're here, we pop up, we tag into the last two up candles, and then we tag right into here. I didn't even draw that out, but I didn't need it. But and you'll see that we tag that. Look at 50%, fucking tags it beautifully. So once we had the 5 minute imbalance here, and it pops and it lands right here. And at first I was like, oh man, bro, this isn't gonna pan out. But if we change, and I said, just be patient, because we are respecting this area here. What do we do? And we're respecting this up candles. So then the price then breaks below. Once it broke below, it created this imbalance right here. It is 1034. Beautiful. And we're sitting in this inversion imbalance right here, this 1024. So instead of it buying from this imbalance right here, now it goes underneath and uses it as resistance. And I want to see that, and I got it dragged out on purpose. Plus this 5 minute imbalance, this is still holding. This 5 minute imbalance is holding. All right, and we're now digging underneath it. And I'm going to move this back so it doesn't look so crazy. Then once we come underneath here, now I'm looking to the left. All right, I'm looking to the left and I'm saying, okay, well, we have this imbalance that was used it to buy, but now we're underneath it. Now I want to see it be used as resistance. And you can see right there, nicely tags right there. Plus this one, remember this bearish imbalance that I said that it was spending too much time in, and then we went above it. It looked like it was using as support, which it temporarily did, but the real move is bearish. The real move is coming down. This is just a lower low and a lower high. When you're on the right side of the market, it's very easy. But take a look. This candle here between 1039 when it closes and then this 1040, right when the 1040 closes, is sitting right there at 50%. You see how we wick right above a little bit, but barely. It's I'm watching this, and this is what I'm expecting this. This is what I'm wanting to see. So then what do? We keep pushing down and so on, and we get down here, and I catch the extreme of this candle, of this 1049 candle. So what do? We're getting lower low, lower highs. You get an up candle here. This up candle becomes the control of price. This candle right here. This candle, this 1047. If I drag it out for the rest of the day, even today, not today, I mean even now. Let's do it. Look at that. No price action has came above since. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit here, and then that becomes a control of price. As you see, we shoot down, we come right back up into it. All right, no big deal. Doesn't break that high of that candle either. Yeah, the next one does, this 1048, which you're probably like, well, dude, well, what matters is that when it leaves, right, and it comes back, then you don't want to see it come above that level, right? You see that? So we get real close, and then this imbalance turns into an inversion. We go right through it, and then we hit the low of Tuesday. That Tuesday we're bumping against it pretty much the rest of the day. And then that's when I'm taking this screenshot right here, just so you can see it. See it? 1049. See that candle? Reaching this 2 standard deviation. All right. And then what's it called? Once we're here, we get back into that I just talked about. We break below. Now we're using this low as this Tuesday low as a resistance. So when you're trailing your stop, or if you are, if you're even taking a trade from here, yes, this is a liquidity raid, but what are you sitting in? You have a liquidity here, and you have an imbalance right here that have a high potential of sealing. So when you're breaking below, like this is a perfect place where I took the screenshot, take out the trade, and then re-enter here. So when it pulls back, right, then that's a nice entry to then follow the rest of this flow. If you want to put your stop loss and you want to build your stop loss while you're coming down, then you can let's just do this, for example. Let's just say this is your stop loss. Well, you can hold it per candle, per 1 minute, or on the 5 minute is even better. So for example, like, we didn't break that control of price candle, which is that 1047 candle, right? So once this candle, this blue candle, comes below, all right, you're moving it down. Look at each candle, each 1 minute candle. Take a look here. Take a look. You're pushing it through. Now you probably would have got stopped right here, right? If you let it come back on you above that candle, which is dirty. But this is also an imbalance right here, right? So in this imbalance, you can afford that pushing up. So you would want to keep it here. which is a couple ticks above that low, right? Just in case we hit it perfectly. And then you're dragging it, and you're constantly you're putting it. Boom, then you get knocked out right there, right? Pops in right there, and okay, cool. Now, if you had it at 50%, you could have done that too because you didn't want to. You want to see it weaken. Not if it was going to keep falling down, you could have put it at 50% here, or you could have put it at this candle here, right? But you don't want to give back profits, so you probably close anyway. But that's just a way to trail. But in general speaking, we talked about this 1 hour gap here, not 1 hour. The 1 hour imbalance right there. If I was going to be really bullish, I wanted to see it pop from here. And I made that. I think I mentioned this in a video like in the beginning of the week, but or even last week. Was it last week? No, I don't remember. I can't remember, but I thought it was last week. But anyways, let's get back to this. And then if I go to a 5-minute, I know this video is too long. That's because I wanted to watch that price action. But awesome day though, man. Fucking fuck, man. Awesome day. So as you see, if you were to take that same approach with the 5-minute candle and your stop loss, this is what I was trying to say. Obviously, a higher time frame is better. So if you as you see here, to each candle, drop it now to this candle, right? And then you drop your stop loss now to that candle. Once it goes below, see that? Then you drop it to this candle. Then it drops below. And then this candle comes below and closes. Then you drop it to this candle. Right? And then you'll be busted out, right? Anyway, so let's take a look here. What did we do? Well, we came back and we've been bumping. So even a trade from here to push up back into this broken resistance when the price was down here, that's a nice trade. That's a buyer's remorse right there. To the tick, comes down. Sitting in this hour gap that I was showing you, pops up, then it gets to beautiful this candle right here, up here, and it took out this liquidity, built, pops in, all right, and then that's the real. Well, this should be a shift, but it's not. But now it's peakering out. Can you see the point of origin? I'll show it to you on a 1 minute. On the 1 minute, you'll see it here clearly on the 1 minute. Where this is like the price of origin right here. You can see that we make a low and then we make a high, and then we make a low and then we make a high, and then we make a low, and then can you guess where it's going next? Possibly to the high. Now, and this is where Monday's price action or video will be very clear. It'll show you. I'm pretty sure that was Monday's video. Wasn't that Monday's video? Yeah, right here. See this price action right here? See when we busted through that low, which would be Friday's low, when we busted through and we just kept bouncing around right here, and then we had a speaker and then we pushed up, then we took out that high, and then we came down, and then we came back up. Remember this? All this? That was the result of Tuesday, and that was Tuesday's price action. Well, this is kind of looking like what it's doing now, right? But in general speaking, all right, so we come up, we take out the liquidity right there, built, because this looks like a controller price right here, right? And then we pop up, get back into here, into this imbalance. I'm trying to do this all, man, but need to be done. So, come on, man. See how we tap that right there nicely? We get into there. Damn, that thing hurts my eyes. All right, and then boom, get this pushed down, break that low. We retrace back in, nice imbalance right there. We're also tagging the low of the imbalance itself. If you take a look right here, which is going to be this 113, we tag that. We come below. We hit. Now we're still dancing around this 1 hour imbalance. As you can see, 50%. I also have the quad levels out here, right? And then we rush through. And then we bounce right on that weekly gap. I mean, this was a beautiful buy. If I told you that I bought this, you wouldn't even fucking believe me. But beautiful trade right there. Catching it from here, catching it up to where? Up to at minimum that where we broke through, clean lower low. And you could also took this right back to the open, not the open, the Tuesday low. We're referencing that as obvious. We referenced it once we came underneath it initially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then above it 8, 9, 10, 11, underneath it 12, and so on, right? So and then this imbalance right here, this highlighted imbalance. Take a look at spending time too long here. See at the 50%, you thought you think it might would sell, and it's spending way too much time, and then it tags the low here, which would be your buyer's remorse again. Which this is a beautiful trade in itself. What do we do? The 250 macro kicks in. See this candle? Boom, shoots all the way up. All right, goes till about 310, pushes all the way up, and boom, takes out liquidity right there on that nice swing. And then we get some drives up, and then the news popped up, and then we came below, and now we're referencing that gap. You see that? This is not random. I mean, this is not a random level on my chart. Do you have this? I promise you will never see anybody on the internet with this on their chart right now. I can guarantee it. And if you're wondering where that's from, that gap is from, oh boy. Yeah, that gap is from a minute ago. From June 9th. Sunday opening of June 9th, right there. Did I say June 9th? Oh, yeah. Down here. Yeah, right here. June 9th. Right there. All right. So, way too long of a video. Yeah, but this is not looking good for the bulls. We didn't get pushed up. Can we still take out these highs up here? Sure we could. Not looking good though. So, and even if it did, I wouldn't be convinced of it going back up. But we do have a nice liquidity built right there. So, man, it's crazy. So, but yeah, it looks like the market's turning down. I mean, I don't know what else I could say. But the whole, and you had a divergence here with higher highs here on Dow, and then you had lower highs here with S&P and Dow, and that was also the other factor pushing it down for confirming and going that direction. But let me take a look at dollar, and dollar. Another thing is when we came down here and dollar was sitting here, dollar had a nice push back up. So that was also one of the reasons why that we were coming down. Now, I wasn't using that for the full analysis, but what they did is that what they possibly could be doing is they were holding the market all this time. Well, they held the stocks up there for so long, waiting for dollar to come and take out this low. And then when we got some initial push back for a rebound or whatever is going to happen, then that's possible that now pushes us down. So like we were in a holding pattern waiting for that. So that's, and I mentioned this week and last week too. I think it was more last week, but and that could be what's happening here too. So that being said, big drop with Dow and then pushed back up. So do you look at this as a higher low, or is this breaking and this is just sealing up? I mean, look, Dan, they sealed up that nicely. Shit. So that's not good. It's, I mean, I still want to go back to being neutral, but yeah, but see with this kind of movement right here, that looks weak here, and if we're closing like this, which we obviously will, that doesn't look good for the bulls. That's for sure. For buying, it looks like we're gonna get some news that's gonna catapult us down. Very possible. It's like we're sitting there. I feel like we should already be pushing up. And today's Wednesday, so Wednesday, can be a transition day. Monday ended up being the high of the week, right? So with that understanding, I was mentioning, is Tuesday going to be the low of the week? So it's generally Monday is a higher probability of it being the high or the low of the week. So, but also Tuesday. But as you see, as Monday was up here, this was probably the high of the week. So this tells me that we're having a bearish week now. Well, because and for the fact that not only did we break this low to make another low, but it's a significant low. But Wednesday will be a transitioning day, and we'll be transitioning towards the direction that we want to go to. So then Thursday and Friday could then be the low of the week, right? So we are sitting at 50% of the imbalance on this daily, but to me, it looks like they're coming for this liquidity here. What is this? Right here. See these lows? See those equal lows right there? A little too obvious. So we'll see. Very commonplace. But yeah. So you'll want to see if it becomes bearish in Asia and London, you're going to want to see this daily imbalance get inversed, right? You're going to want to see it come below, use it as resistance, and so on, right? So that's giving you that. What else? What else? I don't think I have anything else to say. All right. Otherwise, we'll see if it starts to slither, and if it does, we're headed for. I'm assuming for a recession, because I was assuming that they're going to come back up here and get one more time up, but it's not out the cards. But you know, the more data is getting released, it's showing that we're probably coming down for those lows. But see, yeah, it's still willing to keep coming. Because if things were good, we should have been shooting up this way hard, and we didn't get that. So this next gap is next, and then finale with that gap right here. So 42 minutes. Fuck. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to make it this long, but I really wanted to watch that that price action live. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at the 4 hour. Jesus. That does not look good for bulls. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I was saying, I mean, I needed to see some convincing price action below here, and it can't break any lower if it's bullish. All right, you guys take care and God bless.